When Becky made Freen laugh like no one else could. Intro. The sound of something real. They say the purest sound in the world isn't music. It's laughter. Not the rehearsed kind. Not the polite giggle you give to fill a silence. But the kind that bursts out without warning. The kind that comes from somewhere deep inside. The kind that only the right person can bring out of you. For Freen Sorocha, the world has seen her smile countless times. On red carpets, in interviews, during photo shoots, under bright lights that never seem to dim. But the world also noticed something else. That when she's with Becky Armstrong, that smile changes, softens, brightens, becomes real. Because when Becky makes Freen laugh, it's different. It's not part of the show. It's the pause between scenes where life happens. The first laugh. The day everything changed. It wasn't during a big romantic scene. It wasn't even on camera. It was on one of the earliest days of filming Gap, the series. The crew was still finding its rhythm. Lines were being rehearsed, and everyone was focused. Everyone, except Becky, who was trying and failing to say her line correctly in one take. She got it wrong. Again. Everyone chuckled politely, but Becky sighed dramatically, looked at Freen and said, "If I mess up one more time, please pretend I meant it." And for the first time that day, Freen laughed. Not the careful, reserved smile she was known for. Not the actress smile you give in front of a camera. But a real, unguarded laugh that escaped before she could stop it. Her head tilted back. Her hand covered her mouth. Everyone froze because it was the kind of laugh that felt personal. And Becky smiled too. Not because of the joke, but because she had seen something beautiful. She had made Freen's walls fall, even if just for a second. That moment, caught on a shaky behind-the-scenes video, would later become one of the most replayed clips in their fandom. Because that was the moment Freen's laughter changed. And Becky became the reason why. How Becky made the world lighter. From that day, something quietly shifted. Freen, usually the calm, composed one, began to relax more whenever Becky was near. And Becky, ever the sunshine of the set, took it as her mission to keep that light alive. She would tease Freen between takes, make faces behind the camera, or whisper something random right before a serious scene. And without fail, Freen would break, laughter spilling out no matter how hard she tried to stay serious. There's one behind-the-scenes clip fans still talk about. Freen was midline, giving an emotional performance. And Becky, standing off camera, mouthed something silly. Freen tried to ignore it. She really did. But her lips trembled, her voice cracked, and then came that laugh again. The director sighed, the crew laughed, and Becky. She looked proud because only she could make Freen lose control like that. It became their thing, their rhythm. When Freen was too serious, Becky made her laugh. When Becky was too nervous, Freen grounded her. A perfect balance, sun and calm, joy and peace. The interview that revealed everything. There was an interview during their promotional tour. A long day, bright lights, questions that all started to sound the same. Freen was answering politely, giving her usual thoughtful responses. Then the interviewer asked, "Becky, what's one thing you love about working with Freen?" Becky thought for a second and said, "Her laugh. Because when she laughs you feel it's real. And I like making her laugh." Freen turned to her, that soft look in her eyes again, and said quietly, "You're the only one who can make me laugh like that." The interviewer smiled, the audience cheered. But for the fans watching, it was more than a sweet exchange. It was confirmation of what they'd always felt. That Freen's laughter around Becky wasn't just joy. It was connection. The day laughter became love. There's a clip from a fan event that tells the story better than words ever could. The room was full, fans cheering, music playing, cameras flashing. Freen was smiling, but you could tell she was tired. Then Becky leaned in and said something. No one knows what. But Freen's face changed. Her eyes softened, her lips curled. And that deep, unrestrained laugh filled the room again. Becky laughed too. Mission accomplished. And for that moment it didn't feel like a stage. Felt like two people in their own world. That short, wordless clip went viral in hours. The caption under it read, "Becky doesn't just make Freen laugh. She makes her forget the world." And maybe that's what makes them so special. In an industry where everything is planned, their laughter feels unscripted, real. The science of their chemistry. Fans often talk about the Freen-Becky effect. That energy that fills a room whenever they're together. It's not just the romantic chemistry or the way they look at each other. It's the comfort, the ease. The way Freen lets her guard down. The way Becky becomes her safe space. When Freen laughs with Becky, her posture changes. She doesn't just smile, she leans in. Her eyes close. Her whole body relaxes. That's not just laughter. That's trust. Because you can't laugh that way with just anyone. It only happens when your soul recognizes the person sitting next to you. The fans who felt it too. For fans, these little moments became something bigger. They weren't just watching co-stars, they were watching connection in motion. Freen and Becky's laughter reminded people of something rare. That joy doesn't need to be grand to be real. Fan edits flooded the internet. Clips of Freen laughing over Becky's teasing. Photos of them mid-laughter at events. All paired with captions like, "She laughs differently with her." That's what love sounds like. Even people who didn't know their names wrote comments like, "I don't know who they are, but this feels like home." Because that's what laughter does. It travels beyond language, beyond fandoms, beyond countries. Touches hearts just like theirs did. When laughter became a love language. It's easy to say, "I love you." But Freen and Becky showed that sometimes, love doesn't sound like words. It sounds like laughter echoing between two people who just get each other. When Freen laughs, Becky laughs too. And somewhere between those smiles, something beautiful happens. A moment that doesn't belong to scripts, directors, or fan theories. Belongs to them. Because love doesn't always need to be confessed. Sometimes it's shared in the simplest, purest form. In a laugh that only one person in the world can bring out of you. Ending. The echo that never fades. Maybe that's why fans hold onto these moments so tightly. Because laughter, once real, doesn't fade. Says, when the cameras stop rolling. When the lights go off. And the world gets quiet. Somewhere, Freen is still smiling because of something Becky said. And that's all that really matters. Because when someone can make you laugh like that, you never really forget them. And for Freen Sorocha, that someone will always be Becky Armstrong.